Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jabari Mongoose here with episode 2 of my Pokemon Soulsilver randomizer. Today we have my team of 6, which includes Silky the Beautyfly, Toothless the Charmander, Furnace the Camerupt, Freebird the Starly, Ellie the Swinub, and Groot the Snover. On today's episode, we are going to be tackling the Slowpoke well and facing Team Rocket. I will then start to challenge the Azalea Gym. And then, if everything goes well, I'll be going through Ilex Forest and Route 34 to get ready for fighting Whitney, the third gym leader. I decided before going to Slowpoke well, I go to Ilex Forest to get my encounter, and I catch a Lotad. It was a really easy catch, and in honor of Macarena from my Pokemon Black randomizer, I name him Mambo. Just sort of keep going with some sort of a dancing theme. I didn't want to use Macarena because Macarena has unfortunately left us. So now it's just initiating the Slowpoke well quest. Kurt has hurt his back, poor old man. And now we're going to face through Team Rocket. And Slowpoke well also will be an encounter as well. Right now the level cap for Bugsy is 17. So right now my team seems to be is still a little under leveled for the Scyther, but we're going at a steady pace. I will have to do some grinding after fighting Team Rocket and fighting the gym trainers, but I'll skip all that. But Freebird the Starly evolves into Freebird the Staravia. The Intimidate will help out a lot, and if I'm able to beat Bugsy without losing Staravia, then I have a Intimidate U-turn user. So before continuing fighting Team Rocket, I get my encounter, and I get a Zubat. I like Zubat. It's honestly one of the better Pokemon to have in a Nuzlocke challenge, so this I'm all for it. However, what you're about to see here is Absorb did not do a lot of damage. So I decided to risk using a Gust, and it crit. Honestly, it was a level 6 Zubat. I probably should have just been chucking Pokeballs, or just grinded it out and just kept using Absorbs until it was at low enough HP. That's what happens with me being impatient. You sometimes lose encounters or take unnecessary risks. So I lose out on Zubat here, but hopefully I'll have a chance to get another one in the future. This Team Rocket Grunt is showing off their Zubats. I don't care. I have moved on. And now we get to fight Team Rocket Admin Proton. Now again, this is a randomizer, but it's a randomizer where only my Pokemon are randomized. Trainers and gym leaders and everything else has been untouched. This is because I love the original Gold and Silver games, and I wanted to experience using new Pokemon that I normally would never have access to doing a standard playthrough. And honestly, even something as simple as having a different fire starter in Charmander has already made things a lot more fun and interesting for me. So yeah, the Slowpokes have been taken care of. Kurt will give us a fastball, and now I will get ready to take on the Azalea Gym. I also decided to give Kurt some black apricorns to get heavy balls, because catching... Right now, a lot of my encounters are still like basic Pokemon with not that many high power levels right now, because the randomizer is based on power level instead of just completely crazy, like encountering legendaries in the forest and everything. So right now I'm prepared. I wanted heavy balls to prepare for the more towards later on in the game, where there'll be a lot more high level encounters, probably a lot more heavier Pokemon. So I may also use him to make me some fastballs, because then I can also catch some like more speedier high level Pokemon. Charmander here learns Dragon Rage, which is amazing, and he also evolves into a Charmeleon. So welcome to the team, Toothless the Charmeleon. Right here, I'm just quickly going through the Bugsy's gym trainers, and then I'm going to leave, do some grinding off screen, and then come back with a full team at level 17. Alright, so now that was a very quick cut, where now my team is fully ready. You can see everyone's at 17, and now we're going to take on Bugsy. I decided to lead with Charmeleon first because I wanted to go ahead and get super effective Ember damage in. Honestly, now looking back on it, I probably should have just done Dragon Rage. It probably could have been a 2-hit KO, but I was thinking more of super effective damage. Scyther led with a Leer and then using a Focus Energy, and after 2 Embers, it recovers with a Citrus Berry. So after having my defense drop like that, I decided to hard switch into Staravia, who takes a critical hit U-turn. And then Bugsy brings out their Metapod. So here, I make the decision to switch back into Toothless, to get rid of that defense lowering, and it comes in, defeats the Metapod in 1 hit with an Ember. So then here, I go for another Ember, and Bugsy uses their Super Potion. So then I take another U-turn, and it's a crit. No surprise. And he comes in with Kakuna, and because I already initiated the Ember, it defeats it in 1 hit, and Scyther comes back in. Now, even though Scyther doesn't have the Focus Energy anymore, I didn't want it to risk a crit on a quick attack or even a U-turn, so I hard switch into Beautyfly, who resists everything except for the quick attack. So right here, I opt to go for a Stun Spore. I get critted by a quick attack, and then right here, I get fortunate enough and get the full para. So I stay in and go for a Gust, and Scyther didn't use quick attack. I'm thinking it didn't see the kill, so maybe it went for Leer or even a U-turn. I don't know. But Beautyfly, with that clutch full para, was able to safely defeat Scyther, and we get our second gym badge without any deaths. I did bring in Pure Evil the Hoppip to use him as switch fodder if needed be. Darn, didn't get to do that. So now I'm getting ready to go through Ilex Forest. This was on a different recording session, hence you can see the change of days and the change in times. But I go ahead and take on my rival Joey. Freebird gets the 1 hit with Wing Attack, and then right here I opt to use a U-turn, which was the right play on my part because it used Disable on my Wing Attack. And then I bring in Tater the Kricketune. Now the reason why I brought in Kricketune was I did not know if my rival was going to heal or not, so I figured if it wasted a turn healing, Bug Bite should kill the Kadabra. And just so you know, his starter is an Abra, and he is to keep his starter throughout the remainder of the game. So basically, at one point, he's going to have 2 Alakazams, which I find that pretty funny. Anyway, he brings in Zubat, and despite being confused, I decided to keep Charmeleon in because other than a bite, I do not see the Zubat hurting me that much for a few turns. And fortunately, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I forgot. I thought Toothless was able to get through that second confusion, but I was wrong. But I hard switch into Staravia, who who's able to finish off the Zubat with a wing attack. And Tater goes up to level 17. So Cricketune has replaced Beautyfly right now, mainly because I want to use it for the cut HM, and also if I want to keep Camera Up but not let it have Rock Smash, and I'll give the Rock Smash to Cricketune, but I'm going to have to wait until Blackthorn City to get rid of it. Just one of those things. But Cricketune is a decent HM slave, and with it knowing Bug Bite, it can also just do some really powerful damage to like Psychic types and even Dark types. So here I get a little stupid and I forget the puzzle on how to get the second Farfetch, but then I remembered it's to use that pile of sticks to direct its attention to the right and then loop around and get it. So here I get cut. And I don't remember if I do in this session, but I do know that I can go back to Azalea Town after this and get a charcoal from the Cut Master. So, and right here, I just opt to get through Ilex Forest. I will eventually go back and get Headbutt on some of my Pokemon, namely Ellie and Toothless are both going to learn Headbutt because it's just a better move than their Scratch and their Tackle, respectively. I get Taunt from this lady at the gate here. And now it's just going through Route 34. A lot of the things you're going to see in this recording is just me going through the main stuff on the game. There may be some side stuff I'll do that I think would be fun, but anything, because I don't have rare candies in this game to help any extra grinding, I'm going to have to do that off screen. So I'm also doing extra things like going back on other routes to get additional items. Like I can go back to route, I believe it's 32, to get Roar after using Cut, and I'll get that later. Oh yeah, so my encounter on Route 34 is an Unknown, which it's not great, but trying to look at the positive, Unknown has Levitate, so that is something I can switch into on a weakened ground type move on another Pokemon, like say Toothless. And it knows Hidden Power, and it was super effective on Ellie, and so I switched to Toothless, trying to see if it was super effective or ineffective, and it was super effective. So this leads me to believe that this Unknown, it has Hidden Power Water. And I'm thinking that it's not bad. There are some boss Pokemon that are ground types I can use it on, namely Jasmine Steelix and Price's Piloswine. So it might have some niche utility there. I don't know. It's also being a little stubborn to catch. But if anything, it can just be switch fodder. But now we get Unknown, and I decide, because it's Hidden Power Water, I name it Liquid, but I capitalize the I instead of the L. I don't know what my brain was thinking at that time. Don't judge me too much, I'm not that creative of a person. So this lady here made the mistake of having Hoppips, so I'm going to murder them. Because again, Hoppips and Skiplooms and Jumpluffs are evil and need to be exterminated. People need context on that. Watch my second to last episode of my Black Randomizer, episode 15. And so far, I've been really enjoying this playthrough. I may want to keep doing this kind of randomizer for other main series games, definitely the more challenging ones. It could be fun to do Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Platinum, even going back to Black 2 and White 2, see how those experiences are, just by having different Pokemon, but everything else about the game remains the same. And so now I get access to the daycare. And I am going to utilize the daycare. One, because I'm not using rare candies in this playthrough, is what it appears to be. So I need a way. I'm starting to use a lot more Pokemon than my initial team. So I want to make sure some people are up to par. So I'll be using the daycare people. And I'm going to put Unknown and Katie the Skitty in the daycare for right now to get them leveled up a little bit. And so, yeah, we get to Goldenrod City completely deathless. So, happy to see that my team is looking good. I am going to be doing some off-screen grinding and also going back and getting some items and trainers that I missed along the way. But next time, on next episode, I'll get ready to fight Whitney. So, look forward to that, because that could be a run-ender. Hope everyone has a good day. Bye-bye.